YouTube, wow, it's been a really long time since I've made a video, and I'm pretty sure I said that in my last video, but once again, college season is really, picking up, and I'm also in marching band, but once that's done and over, and once my classes start being lighter, hopefully I'll be able to make more videos just like I used to over the summer, so I'm really thankful for those people who have really stuck through it with me and just keep watching my videos, so thank you a whole lot. I really wanted to make a video about my thoughts about Pokemon X and Y, because just today I beat Pokemon Y, so I got the poster. Caught him just yesterday. Awesome. And I just wanted to share my thoughts about it with you guys, because I feel like it's a really important thing for me to do. Pretty much, when I first picked it up and started playing it, the biggest thing that I loved the most were the visuals, and I think everyone probably agrees with that. Like, you know, when you first pick it up and play it, you know, you mostly know what to expect when it comes to Pokemon if you're a past Pokemon player. But it's just when you first saw your character, and then you first walked out into the town, and in your first Pokemon battle, it's just all these new awesome visuals, and it really got me super hyped for the beginning of the game, and I was like, this game is perfect, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of get that, that hype from finally playing the game and, looking at those really awesome visuals, because for a very long time, many Pokemon fans wanted, a 3D environment for, a Pokemon game, and it was very, the graphics were very, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Guild of Darkness-like, and I really liked that a whole lot, so that was really cool. And then I kept playing and playing. I received the experience share really early in the game, and I was really surprised. I was like, whoa, I get this really early in the game, and not only that, it distributes a portion of the XP earned in battle to not only just one other Pokemon, but to your whole party of Pokemon that you have. And I was like, well, that's pretty interesting. I mean, I guess that makes things a little easier, so I kind of went along with it. I chose Fennekin as my starter. I was originally going to pick Froakie for the longest time, but then I had a bunch of friends picking Froakie, and I didn't really want to go with Chespin because I didn't want... I'm sorry, there's going to be spoilers in this video, but I'm guessing that most people have beaten it by now. I really didn't want a... grass fighting type at the end, like how Chespin was going to end up being. So I decided to go with Fennekin because Delphox was going to be a psychic fire type. So I went with Fennekin, and the game was pacing really weird at first. I didn't get to the second gym for a really long time, and then even so, the third and fourth gym were kind of further apart. And I was starting to wonder, I was like, okay, where's Team Flare, and what are their motives and stuff? What's the real story behind this game? And I guess the main thing about this Pokemon game is that the story kind of happens at the same time, when it starts to end. You know what I'm saying? When you first kind of know about Team Flare's motives, with the ultimate weapon and everything, really all it took was from flying, if you know what I'm talking about, you've played the game, flying from one city to the other, beating the boss. I mean, there really wasn't that much to it. It's kind of they didn't spread out the storyline very throughout the game. It was kind of just took place in one part. And I kind of would have liked for the storyline to be a little more spaced out. I think that would have made it a little more suspenseful. It seemed very, rushed, but it was a very good story. I loved the story. I loved the way it was written. Part of it, drove me to tears. It was really emotional. And it was a very, very good story. I just think the way it was presented, they could have definitely presented it a little better. As I said, just spread it across the whole game instead of just a little portion of the game, where the main story kind of was. But another thing about the game was, I got to the 8th gym, beat the 8th gym, no problem. And then I took on the Elite Four, and when I challenged the Elite Four, I did something really stupid. I forgot to stock up on revives and full restores, and that's usually what I do before I challenge the Elite Four. I usually go and pick up some things to heal my Pokemon so I can take them all in a row. So I forgot to do this, and I was like, well, I mean, maybe I'll lose against the second or third Elite Four member, and then I'll just go back and buy what I need, and then I'll just challenge them again. Because I remember, like, in past Pokemon gens, it was always kind of harder for me to beat the Elite Four, I feel like. I always had to grind harder, I always had to buy more revives and 4-stars and stuff. I end up beating the Elite Four without, without, like, any revives and without any 4-stars. I had a few Hyper Potions, and I had, like, a max revive. That was it. So I was like, well, that was pretty simple. They took on the same thing where in Gen 5 you can kind of, challenge them in any order you want. So I was like, well, I'll do fire first. Well, no, I did steel first. I did steel first because I had Delphox, who was like level 70, so I was like, no problem. So I did steel, fire, water, then dragon, I think. Yeah, I think that's the way I did it. And I beat them, and I was like, well, that was kind of easy. So for me, the Elite Four wasn't that challenging. And then it got to the champion, and I had 3 Pokemon, like, 3 of my Pokemon had fainted, like, because the other 4 members of the 4 members of the Elite Four took them out. So they were gone, and I didn't have any revives or 4-stars, so I just had to go in with 3 Pokemon that I had, and I was kind of worried. I was like, I hope I can still beat the champion, but at the way the game's going, like, it's pretty easy, like, maybe I'll beat the champion. And the champion comes out with 6 Pokemon, and I only used 2 Pokemon to beat the champion, and, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's just, like, me, like, over grinding in that game. Like, I don't feel like I personally over grinded, but the way that the experience share, like, hands out experience, like, all the Pokemon in your party, like, it's kind of broken in a way, if you know what I mean. Like, it just makes you so over leveled. I feel like I don't even feel like I grinded all that much, because in past Pokemon games, I feel like I have to grind so much more. I guess that's just me. I don't know if other people just go to the Elite Four without having to grind their Pokemon or anything. And I guess just next playthrough I might turn off the experience share, just to make the game a little more difficult. But yeah, I beat the champion with only like 2 Pokemon. But I will say overall the game is very, very good. It was so much fun. It brought back so many good memories. Like, they gave you the option to start off with Gen 1 starters, and I chose Squirtle just to choose it because I already had Finnegan as my fire type. And I chose Squirtle, but I just kind of like put him in the PC because I wanted to use newer Pokemon, and I ended up not even using a whole bunch of Gen 6 Pokemon because they didn't even make a whole lot of Gen 6 Pokemon. I can't remember what the exact numbers they added, but I knew it wasn't like 100 or something. So I used a few 6th Gen Pokemon, and then I used like a bunch of, I used like Luvdisc as my main water type, because I love Luvdisc, okay? Don't judge me. I love Luvdisc, okay? I guess in the end, like, I personally, just personally, this is my opinion, that I just like Gen 3 a whole lot. I love how, like, it's not very linear. It's kind of all over the place, and I really like Gen 3 a lot for its Pokemon too. I think some of the designs for Gen 3 Pokemon are awesome. And Gen 5, because I love the Gen 5. I love Gen 5 story. I really do. I like it a lot. And some people will be like, "Well, Pokemon is not like supposed to be for the story," and I totally understand that. But like, I don't know. Like, personally, for me as a gamer, I'm so story driven. Like, that's why I like Sonic Adventure and it's Sonic Adventure 2 so much, because they have really good stories. And I don't know. I'm just a very story-driven gamer for some reason. But yeah, needless to say, I did enjoy Pokemon Y a whole lot. Like, I want to go get Pokemon X just so that I can play it again without having to delete my file, because I want to end up getting the National Pokedex, which is now going to be easier because now there's Pokemon that are from like all the generations, and that's really cool. So I don't know, I gotta start transferring my Pokemon and doing all that. But I did want to tell you guys that that's what I've been doing. Like, I haven't just abandoned gaming altogether. I did play Pokemon Y, and now I have to play Sonic Lost Worlds when it comes out, which is also coming out this month in a few days, and I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I am such a sinner! I am a sinner! I have not pre-ordered Sonic Lost Worlds. Oh, man, I'm a sinner. Anyway, Hometown Story, which is Natsume's new game that they're coming out with, the same creators for Harvest Moon. They are coming out with Hometown Story, and I'm actually pre-ordering that right now. It comes out tomorrow, but hopefully if I pre-order it now, I still get the pre-order bonus, because the pre-order bonus is like this little dragon plushie, and it's really cute, and I want it. But I forgot to pre-order it, and hopefully if I pre-order it now, I'll still get it. I don't know. But Anyway, I just wanted to like tell you guys that that's what I've been doing, and I wanted to do an update. And if you guys like hate me and want to unsubscribe from me because I took like 2 months to make a video, have fun. You do that, yeah. Anyway, this is an awesome game, by the way. Thank you to those who recommended that I pick it up, because at first I didn't want to spend $30 on a PS2 game because I just didn't want to spend $30. But I'm glad I did, because this is probably one of the best PS2 games I've ever played. It was really weird because I was like an hour and a half, 2 hours into it, and it was just like a bunch of talking. It was just like very little gameplay, and I was like, it's so much talking. Like, they just keep talking and talking. And then I got, like, I'm about almost 10 hours into it now, and there's like a lot of battling, and I'm pretty stoked. Like, I love the characters, because like, oh man, I'm so spastic right now, but it's just, I finally understand why there's so much talking in the beginning, because they really want to give like you a connection to each of the characters, because like character connections are really important. So thank you for the ones who have recommended this. I'm really enjoying it a whole lot, and maybe I'll talk about it later. And I also want to do reviews, but it's kind of impossible when you're balancing college and all this stuff. But anyway, did want to make a video and get back to you guys. I'm not dead, I'm not gone, and I still love Sonic the Hedgehog. Whoa, I still love Sonic the Hedgehog, so I mean, you know, I don't know, it's just been so long. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my really long video, and I will talk to you guys later.